The last time we learned about how to design a simple social media flyer in Pixellab, and today we're going to learn how to design a simple advertisement flyer in Pixellab, like this one that you are seeing on your screen right now. And at the end of it, we're going to design the black version of it as well. So all that you have to do is to stay tuned, watch this video up to the end, and grab all the concepts for yourself. Hey, what's up? This is Ghostway here from Serene Art, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, because on this channel we teach basically how to design graphics with your smartphone, right? So I think we just have to jump into the tutorial right away. Good. So what I'm going to do is to clear this working space over here, and the first thing that I do is to probably delete the text and set the background image size. Probably we're going to use square sized for this tutorial, and I have to change the color as well. The color, I think I'll use black for the beginning. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. And we have to prepare the background first before we do any other thing. So I'm going to pick up one image I downloaded from the internet. So I'll tap on import and probably pick up that image quickly. And of course, I'm going to leave the link in the description so that you can have access to all these files. Okay, so let me just pick it up quickly and see what we can do. I think I got one over here. That's what I'm going to use, and I have to increase the size of it, I mean the relative size, to make it 100 by 100. And after this, I'm going to reduce the opacity of it to, let's say, 2%, because I literally don't want it to be showing that much. Okay, I think 2% is okay for me, but if you are someone that you like to increase the opacity, you can feel free and do that. Okay, but I think I like it this way. Okay, especially with a black background, this isn't bad. If you change the background color, it's going to have a different effect on it. Okay, so I think the 5% too is now pretty cool. It's pretty cool, yeah. So I'm going to lock this layer over here, and after that, what we're going to do, we're going to import a different element again, which probably an image. So let me pick it up quickly, and we are good to go. So what we are going to do to this one is to make it a squared shape or a squared image by tapping on a 1:1 ratio at the top over here, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, so you can probably play around it and get something like this. Okay, so I think this is okay for me, and I'll tap on a check mark. Good. So after having it like this, I also need to work with the relative ratio to make sure I have it fitted perfectly like this. So at this point, we are almost done, right? We are almost done. Okay, so what we need to do is to lock the layer. All right, and if you want to reduce the opacity of it, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, you can go ahead and do that, but I don't think that will be my main focus for now. Okay, I'll just leave it over here like this, and yeah, I think this is pretty much cool. Okay, I think 90% is not bad, right? So what I have to do next is to probably bring in the image that I want to advertise. Okay, so I'm going to import that image, and of course the image I got it from one of the websites I listed in my package. All right, the package for designers. So when you grab that package, you can download these PNG images in high quality without having to struggle to do anything, right? So yeah, I'll place it over here like this. Okay, I think this position is not bad, so let me just reduce the size of this a little bit. And after this, look at what I'm going to do now. What I'm going to do is to enter a shape and make it like this. After this, what I have to do is to add a gradient color to the shape, and of course I'm going to add a gradient in this format. Okay, I hope you can see what just happened over here. I'm going to add a gradient in this format such that I'll make this part transparent. Okay, this part will be transparent, so this part corresponds with this slider over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to tap on the color picker over here and reduce the opacity of it. Good, so this is what we'll be having over here, and you can see this place is transparent. Good. What I'm going to do over here is to change the color for this part to, let's say, blue. All right, like I said, we'll design the black version later in this video, so I think I'll just go with this. Yeah, I think I'm okay over here, so I'll tap on OK, and this is what I'll be having over here. After this, I'll tap on a check mark and probably reduce the opacity if I want to. Okay, just to make sure that what I'm doing is on point, I can reduce the opacity of it a little bit. So at this point, I need to bring the image to the front. I mean the image we inserted, which is probably for the earbud or something like that. So we bring it to the front quickly and go ahead to lock the two layers. Now what we are left with is the text that we have to enter. So we have something like inner fire future earbuds, right? So I'm going to enter such a text right away, and of course I'll just type them over here. Okay, I think I've got a suggestion over here as well. So inner fire, and I have to use one big font, either Montserrat bold or go bold. So I'll try go bold first and see if it's good for me. What I'm going to do is to increase the size of it first, like this. I'm not sure this is the best option for me, so I'm going to use go bold. No, I'm going to use Montserrat. Okay, so let me just type it over here and see if it's going to appear. Okay, Montserrat black. Yeah, I think this should be okay for me. Montserrat black. Yes, I like this one. So what I'm going to do is to reduce the line spacing between the two texts. Okay, I just have to reduce the line spacing, and I think this -48 is not bad. So I'll put it over here like this. So once I place it over here, what I'm going to do now is to make a copy of it and enter the next text, which is like future earbuds. Yeah, so I'm going to reduce the size of this text, right, just to make sure that we have the best of it. So I have to reduce the size of it till it fits perfectly under the fire text. It shouldn't be bigger than the fire text. Okay, so I think this isn't bad. That's 33. Okay, your own might be different. All right, so you just have to take note of that and do it accordingly. Okay, so for now, don't get bothered about the position of the image. All right, we can literally hide it and bring it back later. Okay, we can hide it, and we can also go ahead and reduce the size of this main text over here. Okay, I think 128 is not bad, so let's go ahead and reduce the size of this one too as well. So that's 29. Isn't bad. 29 isn't bad at all, right? So at this point we are almost done. Now what we have to enter now is the benefit and probably the contact number of the person who is selling the product. So I'm just going to enter the text like benefits quickly. All right, and I'm thinking of using the go bold for this text, right? So benefits, and I have to add what we call the background color. So I'm going to enable it over here, and I'll select color red. All right, I mean a deep red like this, and I have to scroll down a little bit and increase the radius of the shape. I think 5 isn't bad. Let me have a look at it. Good, 5 isn't bad. So right now I can go ahead and change the font that we're going to use. So let me try go bold. I think go bold is not there, so I may go with Montserrat bold. Let's see how it's going to appear. So let me reduce the size of it quickly and see how it's going to help. Okay, so I have this one over here. here, and I think it is pretty cool. So what I have to do now is to make sure I have my background set up well. So I'm going to increase the length of the other side of the background just to make sure that it fits perfectly. Good. I think this should be good enough now. So the remaining text I have to enter should be the benefits as I have to list them. So I'll make a copy of this, and probably I'll remove the background this time. So I'll just go ahead and edit the text to whatever I'm supposed to enter. So let's do that quickly, and I'll start with this quickly. The first thing is 70 hours standby time. Okay, apparently you can use any other text you want to enter over here. So I think I'll just go ahead and pick one, random text and put it over there. Okay, so that we move fast. Okay, so let me just delete this and go to the code section and pick up one text over here. I think this won't be bad, so I have to change the font to 𝑑𝒊𝒙𝒆𝒍𝒂𝒃, bold, just to make sure that we are having something in uniform. So I'm going to use the align left alignment type, and I have to reduce the size of it as well, and probably put it down here. So the assumption over here is that these are the benefits of the product. Now the next thing that you have to enter is just make a copy of this and edit it to order now. All right, order now. Okay, so if you want people to buy it, you have to let them know the number to contact for them to buy the product. Okay, so let me just push this to make a little bit of alignment stuff over here quickly like this, and at this point you can enter the person's phone number or whatsoever mean that they will contact the person. You can enter it below over here. So let's assume I want to enter something like, I'm just going to pick up one element over here as well, and of course I'll make it capitalized and use the same 𝑑𝒊𝒙𝒆𝒍𝒂𝒃 font for it. Okay, 𝑑𝒊𝒙𝒆𝒊𝒂𝒃 bold, and here to reduce the size of it as well, and probably maybe delete some parts of it. Okay, remember this is not a mean to contact anyone, this is just for educational purposes. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the person's contact. All right, and of course this part, so we have to make it capitalized, all right, for it to look a little bit better over here. So yeah, I think this is it. So we have to go ahead and enable our image right now. So we can now bring it to the top, to the front, then we push it down a little bit like this, and at this point we are pretty much done. Now if you want to have the black version of this flyer, all that you have to do is to scroll down to this particular layer, the gradient layer, and come back to color, enable the color, then change the color to black. Okay, and this is what you are going to have, and it is pretty much easy, guys. So you can do this. I believe in you, and I know it is possible for you to create more amazing stuff like than this one. Okay, so go ahead, go and practice. And yeah, of course, if you've actually got value from this video, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel for more educative stuff. Right, so check out the next video on your screen. It is something you don't want to miss out. See you in the next video. Bless up.